He was born and raised in sunny California. DJ Scorpio's fascination with Western fusion, Bollywood, and Bhangra music mixed with electronic house and hip-hop beats began when he was a teenager. This is the artist that started it all off for him, right, Sanjay?
Oh, yeah.
Bali Sagoo Wham Bam. And who knew that Mary Poppins was on an Indian track? Check this out.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. Find the fun.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, yeah, that's such a great song.
I love that.
Absolutely. Bali Sagoo was a great like fascination to new DJs, you know, back in the 90s, early 90s. And when we started listening to him, it was just, wow, you know, this music that he's taking and blending different beats with Indian, you know, sounds and Bhangra sounds. It was awesome.
Yeah. So I was reading up on you know, your life and everything, how you got started. And that was one of the things that really, you know, set you off. You were like, oh, this is amazing. And that
Absolutely.
He was like and I saw, of course I had to Google it and I had to find out what is Bali Sagoo and Wham Bam. And then I was listening to it and then Mary Poppins showed up and I was like, oh, well, I clearly have to play this part.
And you're from London too, right?
Yeah, I'm from London. Yeah.
Well, that's where Bali Sagoo's from.
Right?
Yep. He was
He's
born and raised in London. He's British. Oh, yeah.
So I didn't realize that, but when I was researching Bhangra music, because I you know, obviously I know it through our Indian weddings, but I never really researched what Bhangra music was. And so I found this.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So this is, make sure I get it right. This is the first music that started off the Bhangra music in 1967 from the Buganje group.
Oh, yeah.
Two brothers, Balbir Singh Kanpur and Dalbir Singh Kanpur, who first put like this Bhangra music in with the Western music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Is that right?
Yep.
Tell us about that. Was that a huge influence for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what Bali Sagoo did. He would take, you know, the American and the, you know, the hip hop beats, the house beats, the stuff that was really famous at that time, and he would mash it up with the older Bhangra music that wasn't really getting known and people weren't really interested in listening to the traditional style. They wanted a little bit more blended that has, you know, some Western essence, you know, in with the music. And so that's what Bali Sagoo did. And he became really, really big in the music industry. He was, you know, the greatest fab of the 90s. I actually opened up for him at a couple of his club nights back in the 90s before he came out to play at the House of Blues. And then we had the Hollywood nightclub, played there for him. Yeah. And so before he would come on, I would go on for about an hour or 2 hours to kind of get the crowd, you know, prepped for Bali Sagoo. I wouldn't really play any of his music, obviously, because that's what he was there to do. Yeah. But I would play, you know, that style and that genre of music and get people ready to hit the dance floor when Bali Sagoo came on.
That is so cool. Did you ever go to England and do it for him there, or was it?
No, I did it only here in LA.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And is he still DJing?
Well, I don't think he's really DJing. I think he's doing some production right now. But nothing really major has come out from Bali Sagoo in a while. We've been waiting. Yeah. But the person that now is really big is Punjabi MC. I'm sure you've heard of him. Uh-huh. He remixed the song for Jay-Z, you know, the Snake Charmer song. Yes. Okay. And so he's actually been the most famous one right now in the market when it comes to, you know, making traditional and unique Bhangra beats and bringing them out. Oh, yeah. He just released an album maybe a few months back before all this stuff started happening with the coronavirus. But around the New Year's time, he actually released a new album, a really cool album that he kind of did a little differently. It hasn't really hit the charts, but we're waiting to see it, you know, come into play.
Yeah.
A few of the songs have been really, really good, but you know, his you know, famous one, Mundiato Bachkere, the one that's the Snake Charmer mix that Jay-Z took.
Yeah.
That's like the main song. I mean, whenever you play it at an Indian event, or honestly any event, when they start hearing that, they go nuts. When you start to hear the tumbi come in, you know, the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling sound that comes in, people go nuts to hear the song.
Oh, I'll have to find that on YouTube so I can, while we're talking, I'll see if I can pull it up.
Oh, you can just type in Jay-Z Snake Charmer on YouTube.
Okay.
And
let's see if I can get it up.
You should be able to find it.
Snake Charmer. Okay. Amazing. Okay, I'll see if I can, while we're talking, if I can pull it up here.
Yeah.
But so Sanjay, how did you get started? Tell us all about your life. So you grew up in Southern California. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. And we'll get ads probably.
It'll say Punjabi MC on their Beware of the Boys.
Yeah. Say that again.
It's called Beware of the Boys.
Beware of the Boys. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I've got some weird snake charming thing going on now. While we're talking, if it comes up and I can move the ads over, I'll play it. But
sure.
Tell us about you. How did you get started in this business?
So it honestly started as a hobby. I was maybe 15 years old in high school, and my cousin and I were the same age. And basically, you know, he would go out, he would play for Indian events, and he would invite me along.
Yeah.
And I just got so interested in you know, the whole, you know, coming out in front of a crowd. I was actually in high school. I was involved in drama. I would take drama real seriously. I would like to go out and act. I did a few, you know, small plays with my drama teacher in the school. And so that kind of got me interested in learning something new and getting into music. And I would go with my cousin to play family parties for free. I wouldn't charge anything. It was just a hobby. We would take our little, you know, home stereo system, one of those, you know, little, you know, a couple of speakers, the padded kinds, you know, that are carpeted with like a homemade type of a speaker system.
Yeah.
And 2 tape decks.
Wow.
And, you know, my father actually was in the movie industry. He actually was a distributor of all the Bollywood movies here in California. And then he started to expand to all of the U.S.
So you would hear all the songs firsthand, right?
I would hear all the songs firsthand. He would actually bring in all the little musical tapes. And our entire garage would be filled with like 20,000 little tapes that were coming from T-Series and Tips and all the different, you know, music studios and the different music, you know, bands out there. They would come, and then I would actually go with my father in the car to distribute them to all the Indian stores. All the Indian stores would buy those from my father. You know, 5 VHS, you know, Indian movies, and then 5, you know, cassette tapes. You know, and then there was so many Indian like little grocery stores that had like a video section, entertainment section, and so they would keep everything there for their customers, and they would come in and buy those or rent the movies to watch them and then return them. And so my father would sell those to all the different, you know, Indian grocery stores here in LA. Yeah. All the way as far as San Diego, Santa Barbara, all of LA. So there was about a good 30 to 40 Indian grocery stores that would pick those up from him. And I would ride along and I would get to hear the music firsthand. And Bali Sagu's Wham Bam came out, and I was just, you know, we would always play that in the car. My father and I would listen to that. And then, you know, he would start going to the Indian, you know, shows, and he got kind of involved in bringing the bands here and doing like high school, you know, performances for them. People would come out on a Saturday and watch the show. Yeah. And so he started to promote those here in LA. and I would take a part in that and kind of see how my father does everything. And he did that for a long time, and I begged him to, hey, could you buy me a DJ system? And
And he did.
finally, after a long time of bothering him, and he saw that I have a really good interest in this, he said, yeah, sure. And we went out to a store here in Burbank and bought my first DJ system, which included basically the CDs. I would DJ off of CDs at the time.
Yeah.
But before I even got into CDs, I would DJ off a tape deck. So I would have to rewind the tape.
Oh my God.
And find my cue of where I want to come into the song. And then I would get that ready off my headphones. And then finally, when I got that ready, okay, I would play that. And so I started to learn how to cut mix with tape decks.
The beats per minute to make them mash. So you
make
really
them mash.
learned the hard way, right?
I learned the hard way off of tape decks.
Wow.
I think I did that for a good 6-7 years, maybe 8 years. And then, slowly started to get into the CDs, and I was learning that. So I would spend, I'd say, at least a good 2 hours, 3 hours after school to sit in the garage and learn my mixing techniques, how to tempo mix, how to beat mix, and kind of learn how to mash, the Western hip hop songs, the house beats and the EDM beats. We used to call it trance at the time.
Yeah.
The trance was really big for a good period of time, in our culture. Yeah. And then I learned off the turntables, and I have my turntables.
There's your turntable. That's amazing, because, and Vanessa's just popped up here, Best Ring Weddings, because you really did learn the real way, because now DJs can come in, they can download an app, and see, look at that. That's beautiful, Sanjo.
Yeah, so this is actually my music studio.
Yeah.
I built this room in my house, and
it's beautiful. See, a lot of people have it so easy now, but you really learnt the hard way, and that's really, that's impressive. Because that's not easy. I always wonder what DJs are doing, with one hand on here and the other hand doing this. Like, it looks really cool. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. So what we're doing?
Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're listening. We're getting ready for the next song. Most songs are maybe 3 minutes long to the max, and so we would have to get ready to blend into the next song. And so a lot of DJs nowadays, they like to blend every 30 to 45 seconds. They like to get their music on cue in the headphones.
Yeah.
Of what's playing out there, and then mash it into that and bring that in so that it mixes in and blends in. So you're mixing nonstop rather than stopping and then playing another song.
Yes, and hate that.
Yeah. So that's how we kind of keep a constant mix. And I won't lie. I mean, it took me, a good maybe 15 years to really, get my craft down and learn how to mix and understand, tempos and pitches and, beats per minutes and, all that. And, people ask me, hey, do you produce music? Well, I do produce some music. I try to make my own music. But I'm more of a remix DJ. I like to blend music. I like to take stuff that's already popular and mix it with the new Bollywood music that's coming out.
Yeah.
And I've been working on a few that I haven't really put out there yet, but that's something that I'm going to do here in the near future.
That's what the couples love about you when they hire you, is because you mix in the Western with the banger, with the with the hip hop and the electronic. That's what they love.
Right.
It's very different, and then it goes to all genres, and everybody can love. The Americans that are at the wedding can love it, and then it just fuses really well together.
Absolutely. Yeah. I started to learn the keys of music, and started to learn, there's a lot of programs out there that you can actually buy, and you can start doing things in these programs. And that's what a lot of DJs are doing these days. A lot of the new up and coming DJs are using this machine. That's a SZ2. It's a Pioneer. It's